Toffee TV, it's the instant reaction to Everton 3, Middlesbrough 1. Happy days. We've done it again. 1, 2, 3, 4 wins in a row for the Blues now. It's good. It's good. It's good to be second in the Premier League. Absolutely delighted with today's game. We started with the same 11 that obviously started against Sunderland. That would have annoyed a few people. Obviously Ross Barkley starting again, but you know, I thought we did fine. I thought Ross was fine. We'll talk a little bit about that more in a minute. I thought Middlesbrough started the game really well. They were really organised. They were really compact. They had lots of men in the midfield. They made it very hard for us to try and get the ball into Romelu Lukaku. I don't even remember Romelu Lukaku touching it for about the first 20 minutes. Made it really hard for us. It was bitty. You know, we were both strong in the tackles, both getting plenty of tackles in. I thought they were really well organised, and thought for the first 25-30 minutes, they did a really good job of nullifying us and not giving us any space to go anywhere. Which is strange, because the most controversial moment in the game was probably the thing that actually opened the game up and allowed us to go on to win it. And obviously it was the decision to give Negredo for Middlesbrough to go into the lead, obviously. Ball come in from Middlesbrough's left-hand side. Stekelenburg jumps for it. And it looks like Negredo... And anything I say, I haven't seen any replays of anything. Negredo looks like he just jumps into the goalkeeper, a la Andy Gray in 1984 Cup final, and the keeper just drops it in. And I think the BBC, I'm not sure if BBC and Sky, but certainly BBC were giving it as an own goal, which is clearly suggests that he dropped it into the goal. And what I would say on this, it is a foul. You can't jump into goalkeepers if they've got two hands on the ball. It's a foul. But what I would say is, this goal is an indication of how easily goalkeepers have had it for far too long, that they don't even try and protect the ball when they jump now. They just jump and think, if I'm touched, it's a foul. It's as simple as that. So it was a foul. It should never have been given a goal. But what that did is it got Goodison angry. And you don't want Goodison angry, and it got Goodison angry, and it got the players angry. And you know, within a couple of minutes, we were back in the game. I think it was a corner, came out to Gareth Barry, and he swooped it in. Goal on his 600th Premier League appearance. You could not script it better, could you? You could not script it better. Absolutely fantastic goal, and I'm just so happy that he got a goal on a 600th appearance. And you know, that's a second goal of the season already, and we've seen how his role has changed and how he's grown into his new role, because he is a fantastic footballer. And that's sort of when, you know, under Martinez he was brilliant, but he was getting asked to do a job, I think, that was getting a little bit out of his reach, let's just say. Certainly when you see the man who does the job now, what is required. We'll talk about him in a minute. But it was brilliant that he scored the goal. And it didn't take too long. We take the lead. Seamus Coleman, who I thought had been having a pretty poor game up to that point. One of his old-fashioned runs, little 1-2, gets in the box, composes himself, and I think he finishes it with his left foot. And I thought he'd actually overdone it. Because he was on his left, I thought he was trying to place it far too well, but he got it into the corner, and it was a fantastic goal. As I say, he looked a little bit off the pace as he was getting tested a little bit more by Middlesbrough. So that got us into the lead, and obviously just before half-time, we extend the lead. Balassi floats a ball into the box. Now, again, as I say, I haven't seen it again. I've only seen it with on the big screen and obviously in real time. It looked like it was Yannick Bolassi's goal. Again, Rom's being credited with the goal. And honestly, I want it to be Rom's goal. I want it to be Rom's goal. I want him to go on a long run now. I don't care if it's not Rom's goal, but I hope it is Rom's goal. Rom started celebrating straight away, which indicates that he did get a touch on it. So I'm hoping it is his goal. I think the bookies are paying out that it's his goal as well, which says that it's his goal. So, yeah, let's hope that it sticks as his goal, because I want him to go on a run, and I think every goal a striker scores just keeps the confidence going and going. That got us to 3-1. That got us to half-time. Great response after we conceded. Second half, we just controlled it a little bit. We didn't have to go running around like lunatics. We started to control a bit. The only time we started losing a little bit of control was when first of all, Ron went off with an injury. Hopefully it's not too serious. He went off and Valencia came on, and obviously it was Valencia's first goal in an Everton shirt. He went up front. Now, I don't see him as a striker, certainly not a lone striker. He's more of someone for me who'll play out wide. So he came on, and that just lost us a focal point to aim at. And then Deulofeu came on for Morales. And again, so you've got two players on who, I mean, I can't talk much about Valencia, but he doesn't look the physical type. Deulofeu, we know, isn't the physical type. And I think that's one of the reasons why he's ended up on the bench, is because he's not the physical type. And we just lost a little bit of something. And Middlesbrough went for it then. They brought subs on. And we just lost a little bit of control in midfield. Not loads, but just enough that we're still in the early part. You're still thinking, oh my God, if these nick one, then, we've all been there, haven't we? We all feel a little bit of that. So, there was a few little nervous moments. I mean, I understand why he brought them on, but it might have been a little bit wiser. And who am I to say? But I'm just, it might have been a little bit wiser to just bring a Cleverley on in the midfield and just settle things down a little bit and just take the sting out the game. But we were fine. The defence, again, brilliant. Ashley Williams, Jagielka, brilliant. Baines, brilliant. Baines getting more and more forward as well. Seamus started, once he got his goal, I thought he settled down a little bit. So the back four. Stekelenburg, apart from that, I mean, I don't even see it as a mistake by Stekelenburg. It's a clear foul. As I said, goalkeepers are so protected that they expect everything now. So he did fine, didn't have much else to do. He did a punch out in the second half where he went to save one of their players, and you're just thinking, But he was fine. Ross Barkley, I thought, atoned for a lot of what he did on Monday night. He was a lot more assured in possession. He was thinking about things a little bit harder because he knows he's got to. He's still trying things, trying to be dangerous, but I think he was a little bit more considered in his performance, and he worked a little bit harder where he had to, and I think that's really important. So thought Ross was great in those terms. Could have got himself a goal as well, had a couple of chances, very unlucky. Doing things in the right places and being a little bit more considered in places where, he didn't have to, Balassi, thought had a really good game, was always a threat. Morales, a little bit less so, wasn't quite up to it today, but worked hard to get back. But it'll be interesting in the long term whether that'll be enough to keep him in the side. But yeah, wasn't, not saying he was terrible, just when you're playing 4-3-3, you need your attackers to be attackers. You look at what Balassi is contributing so far. It's frightening actually how quickly Balassi's fitted into the side and how Ashley Williams has fitted into the side, and that's been one of the big pluses of bringing players in from the Premier League. I think that's what you're paying for when you pay this Premier League premium. You pay 25 million because you're getting players that come into the team and make an instant effect. Whereas you bring players in from abroad who are slightly cheaper, you have got to get that bedding in period, but we haven't had an issue with that with these. They've just been amazing. Let's talk about amazing. Idrissa Gana Guy. I honestly don't believe, and I'm only basing this on the 5 or 6 games he's played. Is there a bigger bargain in football ever than this fella? He is unbelievable. But he's just simply incredible. The way he gets through. He's always in the right place at the right time. He just. It's not just the tackles he puts in; it's the kind of tackles he puts in as well. He's always, he always times them. So hardly ever fouls anybody. He's an absolute incredible. And now you see more and more of him getting up and down and around, and he's always in the right place at the right time. He's always seeing danger ahead of anyone else. He's absolutely incredible. What a play, what a bargain. 7.1 million. What an absolute bargain this kid is. I love him to bits. He is just a star, an absolute star. That's all I can say. He's just an absolute. What a buy he's been. What a buy. Absolutely incredible. He's just amazing. He's just absolutely amazing. The work rate he gets through, and he just never looks tired. He just gets up and gets on with it. So he was phenomenal today. So yeah, really good professional performance today. Going behind, responded really well. Run out comfortable winners. Second in the league. Still undefeated. People ask questions. No, you're already seen them, aren't you? But who have you played? Who have you played? Doesn't matter who we've played. We've done what we can do. Tough game, first game of the season at Spurs. We got through that, and we've beaten everyone else. And I tell you what, right? I sound like Kevin Keegan now, don't I? There's more poor sides in the Premier League than there are good sides. So if you beat the poor sides, you'll do all right, and that's the main thing. That is the main thing. If you do well against those poor sides, you'll do all right. Okay, we've got... but okay. We've got Bournemouth, Palace, obviously Norwich on Tuesday night. Let's get through them, go into the international break, and then we come against our first top 4 team, Man City. So the team is growing, and that's what I love about it. It's growing. It's getting better every game. Different facets. It's just wonderful. It's wonderful to watch. I'm loving it. It's great to go to Goodison. It's great. Feel good factors there. Everyone's enjoying going to the match. You can see the players are putting it in for the fans, putting it in for each other. That's another massive plus point. And that's all you want, isn't it? That's all. There was a spell in the first half of like a minute where both teams were like throwing tackles in left, right and centre. It was like bang, bang, bang. The fans loved it. They loved it. You love seeing it. And fair play to Middlesbrough for playing the part in it. Didn't come to Goodison and roll over. They had a go. And the better team ended up winning. But fair play for them for having a go. Do you know what I mean? So, great game. Really enjoyed it. That's what going to Goodison's all about. That's what going to match is all about. And it's good to be a Blue, isn't it? It's good to be a Blue. That's the best thing to say. Right. I'm sure Baz is doing one of these videos as well. Make sure you go and watch that as well. You always do, and thank you very much for that. Big love, all love in the world for everyone who's bought a Toffee TV t-shirt. Thank you. They're still on sale. Still on sale till Monday. Keeping them on sale till Monday. Make sure you go and watch the final word when we do that as well, and everything else. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Toffee TV. See you later.